Good morning, guys. It's Monday, June 12th, Story Trading VIP show. I got lots of great ideas for you. We're going to jump right into stocks. Just going to let you know, in terms of the banks and the macro lists here, that everything's still looking good and stable. I would just be very wary of FOMC on Wednesday. I think everyone knows it's going to be a pause, but what happens after that is a mystery. Will they signal that they're going to raise again? Whatnot, and markets have been up so much. We don't even need to look at the charts to know this, right? Markets have been up so much. They're due for a correction. It could happen after FOMC if they signal, that they're going to possibly raise again in the future. In any case, it's always a good idea, I think, before FOMC meetings to take a little risk off the table, maybe have a little hedge. So consider doing that. We're not going to get into the technicals of those indices because we got to jump into lots of catalysts and trade ideas for this morning. Oh my gosh, where do we start? Let's start with Illumin, a stock I never heard of before. Illumina, ILMN, and I put this on my watch list. It was all over the news this weekend, and I said, "Aha, this is a good opportunity for today," because Carl Icahn, activist investor here, who is celebrating because the CEO is resigning. Okay, that's all I need to know. Just based on that alone, I had predicted this would be a good stock. It's going to go up today. That's how it is. Management changes are usually a very big positive, especially when it was something that activists were after. Okay. So ILMN up this morning. The low-hanging fruit was taken at the top of this range, right? It was at the bottom of the range when this news came out. So to say, hey, let's go to 210, 212, where it's been getting blocked for about a month at the 50 and 200 DMA, that's the low-hanging fruit, okay? I think even if it goes back here to the bottom of this range early in the morning, it might be a buy. The opportunity, a big opportunity, if it breaks out of the 50 DMA, and I have no idea if it will, okay? I have no idea if this news is significant enough to break out of the 50 DMA and above this 213.91 candle. But if it does, you can head to the 220s today. Okay, so that's something interesting to watch on ILMN. But the low-hanging fruit, again, was taking it from the bottom of this range over here this morning to the top of the range here, 210 to 212. That's ILMN. RUM, continue to watch that because this has been up, I believe, my personal belief. Well, first of all, there's so many stacked catalysts for RUM. Okay, they're growing. They keep on adding creators, like lots of good things happening. And then now you have the Trump indictment, which is good for traffic to Rumble. I prefer playing this in DWAC because DWAC is just an empty vehicle that they may not even be buying Truth Social at the end of the day. And even if they were, I mean, come on. Truth Social is not really in a position to compete with Twitter, especially that Elon Musk has been allowing all sorts of content on Twitter. So, but in any case, Rumble's the way I'm playing this Trump indictment. And 1054 is your resistance level here. If you break 1054, this can go to 12 plus on RUM. So keep a close eye on that. Now, I need to take a couple minutes to talk about APRN. So APRN, we were all over that last week. Had to have some patience through this reverse split dump, which actually you can't fully see the dump because this TD Ameritrade chart didn't correct. But in any case, did end up going above where it was before we got in. I'm just going to say that, I mean, there's so many aspects to cover here, and I might do a special show just on APRN this week. But I've done a lot of research on this, went through the conference call transcripts for the last few quarters, and I discovered that the reason this deal, let me put it this way, this deal with Fresh Realm is just a prelude to something much bigger, okay? If you go look at their motivation behind this Fresh Realm deal, you'll see it's a prelude. Let me see if I can break it down. They had $28 million in debt a couple quarters ago that was over years that could have paid it off. They voluntarily decided to pay it off within a few months. Okay. They voluntarily decided to do that because they said there were covenants restricting their ability to do certain transactions. And then they refer to that the space needs consolidation. And it's very fragmented. So they started paying off this debt, like paying off like $7.5 million a month or something. And they were putting themselves into a corner where they had to raise cash. So they didn't have to do this. It wasn't like, oh, Fresh Realm is a desperation deal because we're running out of cash. It was a purposeful effort to basically run out of cash, right? So basically when they did this, I am sure the Fresh Realm deal was part of it. They already said, okay, let's pay off this debt with this Fresh Realm deal. We can, and that's where the conference call transcript comes in, so that we can do these other M&A deals and other transactions and other ways to unlock value. And one of the other things that they talked about in terms of unlocking value is this, I think it's a $57 million in private collateral they have. I think his name's Sandberg. I forgot the first name, but I think it's the founder of the company who was supposed to invest like $57 million in the company many quarters ago at like a price of like, I don't know, like $60 a share, something crazy like that. And he never gave the money over. I guess he has a liquidity issue, but he has a lot of private assets. So he pledged some private assets. And one of the private assets he pledged is a company that is supposed to go public via a SPAC. I don't know exact timing, but it's supposed to go public via SPAC. I have more details on it. I may do on another private VIP show. But the point is, you have multiple catalysts that can now happen. Whether it's maybe getting a loan against those private assets, whether it's that company actually going public and they're able to sell the shares, whether it's them canceling the ATM, they have a 70 million ATM they didn't tap into, whether it's some sort of additional transaction, because that was always their vision and that's what they were talking about, right? This is not the end, this Fresh Realm deal. It's just the beginning, all right? And now they're debt-free. I think we could see additional short squeezes here on APRN. And given all that research I'm telling you about, this is something where I'm confident on buying the dips. I don't know that it's going to rip today, but if it goes back to like $6, something like that, it's like, I'm not going to get scared. I might even buy more. So that's the story with APRN. All right. Now we got AUGX. Okay, AUGX has been on our radar for a long time as an AI stock. And the earnings are good. They did that deal with HCA, so everything's great here. It's all set up nicely. Then this morning, they come out with an AI headline. I went through their press releases, and they haven't had any AI headlines, actually. You'd only know they're an AI stock if you, dig into their company and find out what they do. So that's very interesting. Now they say Augmetics establishes AI advisory council to guide the company's continued development of high-standard responsive product development. So that's fun. 436 is your resistance level on this. 436. The ask is at 436. You break 436, it could go to 5+. So watch AUGX is a possible trade today. Then we have AVRO, which has been a big disappointment. They got $87.5 million in this deal that from Novartis that just closed today. So it's getting a little pop because it closed today. The cash is coming in. The problem with AVRO is that they have very high cash burn. So they now have a runway through Q4 2024, which is a year and a half. So in a year and a half, the company will be, right now, the company's worth like $2 in cash. In a year and a half, it'll be worth $0. And that's why it's trading at $1.24 and not $2 plus. So the question is there any value to their pipeline, or what kind of values the market can apply to their pipeline? I don't know, but the market certainly doesn't like their high cash burn rate over here. And we only have a year and a half of cash left. So getting a little pop here. If you're still in it at some point, I think it's a good idea to start scaling out of AVRO. LL has been on our radar for a couple of weeks because of activist action and bought a 9.4 stake in activists. And then today there was a follow-on filing. They sent a letter to management. I haven't seen the letter yet. I've only seen the headline, which is I can't even see here. But the headline, I think they sent a letter to management basically saying we're interested in pursuing some sort of buyout or merger with another company. And you haven't answered us yet, something like that. LL was up like 490s today. Now it's back to 455. Something to keep an eye on. Blink. This is great. Interesting. Actually, right at this moment, I might like Blink better than anything else on this list. Because you see Blink and Wallbox. Blink's up 2%. Wallbox is up 6% on essentially the same news, which is, look at Blink and Wallbox. They both got killed last week on Friday. Let's see that. Blink and then Wallbox killed. Why? Because Tesla came out, with the GM deal on this growing EV standard between GM, Ford, and Tesla now. And both of them came out with press releases that, hey, we're going to support this new EV standard. Now, it wasn't in the headline of the Blink. You have to actually read it. It says Blink Charging announces final design and development. If you read it, then they talk about that EV standard, the Tesla EV standard that they support. Whereas Wallbox, it's actually in the headline, I think. Embraces, reinforces commitment to simplifying EV charging. Actually, no, I'm wrong. It's not in the headline. Both of them, you got to read it. Okay. So that's almost like an arbitrage opportunity if you think about it. Say, hey, the market's thinking this news is worth a 6% to Wallbox. We're already, taking back half of the loss from Friday. Whereas Blink, we didn't take back half the losses. Have to be at like 625, close to 625 to match the movement of Wallbox this morning. So there's an opportunity there with Wallbox. Okay, Shoals well at all, actually. It's on my watch list because I know it's a popular solar company stock that traders love to trade, has big moves when it moves. This morning, they're saying they have a landmark deal, a supply agreement, master supply agreement for related to EV charging. Now, it's a solar company. It sounds like the EV charging it's talking about EV charging stations, I believe. So again, I don't know a lot about this, but if you take a look at it, landmark deal, EV charging, potentially something that can spark it to go, but it's very widespread this morning, 23.20 by 24.30, so it's not necessarily something you can play here in pre-market. And I don't know that I'm going to play because I don't know this company well enough, but some of you may know this company well enough, so just let you know. SHLS, there's news on that. You can take a look at it. SoFi had an upgrade this morning, up 3% on a price target increase from $8 to $11. So you can take a look at that. I'm not jumping on it. ACHR continuation move after a couple catalysts last week, and we played this last week. So, last week I'd mentioned that we've noticed that a lot of the stocks we pick on the morning show end up doing really great for a few weeks, right? Because we're picking up on inflection points. We're picking up on news that's fundamentally beneficial to a company. Not necessarily only fundamentally, but news that's from all respects is an inflection point for the stock price based on fundamental catalyst, sentiment, and technical. So we're picking up on these press releases in the morning. So we discovered that, hey, you know what? Maybe we should keep some of these stocks, not just trade them for the day. So that's what we started doing. So I actually kept some ACHR after we played it last week. And you're seeing follow through. And the two catalysts last week, they had a big price target increase from like $9 here. Actually, it was an initiation by Canaccord, $9, which is triple where it was. And also last week on the same day, they said that they are going to be the highlight of the EVTOL show in Paris, Paris Air Show. They're going to be centerpiece, their new EV airplane, Midnight, I think it's called. So very cool to see that follow through on ACHR. Could this be the Tesla of the, airplanes, airplane EVs? Could be the Tesla of that? Maybe. Yeah, could be. $10, $15, $20 stock one day in the future, possible. So maybe something worth having long term. I'm going to let you know Oracle has earnings after the close today. This has been flying, man, a whole new all-time highs recently. This is AI stuff and AI hype. Apparently, Elon Musk, and I knew this a little nugget a few weeks ago, and I should have brought more attention to it. Elon Musk had tweeted something, I think, about using Oracle for his new AI product that he's building. So people are moving this like it could be the next NVIDIA. That's the price action I see here. So who knows? Maybe it can be the next NVIDIA. Stay tuned for earnings after the close. Palantir, has been our favorite AI stock, up 2.5%. Nothing really to write home about. And Ganex, let me just check the levels on Palantir. Yeah, man, this is tough. It's tough. It's created a lot of resistance this year. 16 and 17 are now new resistance levels on Palantir, so it seems to have stalled out a bit. And then Ganex, they got a reiteration of $10 price target by Oppenheimer. I know Jason Assad from our community has been pushing that, so just letting you know about that. All right. Great. It's 9:14. We got Vegas coming on in just a minute, but let's just check the news in the last 15 minutes. Wow, a lot of things came out. Looks like a lot of things came out. So let's scroll back to. Oh wow. Okay. All right. By the way, ILMN this morning had a price target reiteration of $300 by one of the analysts. Okay, forgot to tell you that. So Jack Disguise signs a multi-year agreement for horror survival game Poppy Playtime. Not interested in playing that. Clearfield, which has been on a tear. It says announces Clearfield's Sherry Baranek as Entrepreneur of the Year. Okay. Clearfield above the 50-week moving average, been on a absolute tear. 50-day moving average, I'm sorry. key level, 50 DMA, 50 weak MA, both very important levels. Then we have Chicken Soup for the Soul meets Hip Hop Series, not interested in that. Then you have AI Play SOUN, participating in upcoming conferences. All right. And that's all we got, and takes us right to 9:15. Vegas isn't here yet. So if anyone has like a question or chat or a comment, you can put that in there while we continue to watch this price action and wait for Vegas to come. So really, let me see what's going to be my top watches here for today. Actually, there's Vegas. Okay, Vegas is here, but I'm just going to reorder this. So APRN run. Okay, yeah. All right. Okay, so basically, ACHR looks interesting. I got to pull up ACHR and put that at the top of the list today because of the very strong follow through. Okay, so there you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are like the top 6. I'm looking for exciting action today. ILMN, APRN, RUM, Blink, ACHR, AUGX, and we'll see what Vegas has to say. Let's go. I'm a little bit slow today because I've been like sick all weekend. There we go. Hey, Vegas, how are you?
I'm good. Better than you, I guess. Hope you're gonna feel better soon. You fighting off the cold?
Okay. Yeah, I'm better. I was like, it was death over the weekend, but now I just have like sniffles and a cough. But man, I'm excited today though. I'm excited about these stocks on the top of my list. Illumina, APRN, RUM, Blink, ACHR, AUGX could be very explosive today on for one or more of these stocks. What do you got on your list?
Well, I am watching. We know we have Oracle has earnings today after hours, and I know that it has kind of an AI angle. So I am looking forward to those earnings because I think they'll do really well. But looks for day trade, I'm looking for this to break 115.50. So I'm not currently in Oracle, but I will watch this level 115.50. Watching for the breakout on Boeing over 220, and also watching PLTR. Want to still watch. Okay, if this gets over 1575, room to 1759. And AMD has an AI event tomorrow. Was the AMD a bit of a gap up this morning? So if it can break 129, AMD can head towards 132.60. So that looks really good. Even looking at the indices like SPY, Q, IWM, still all very strong. So SPY can break 432. This will make a move higher towards 436. And QQQ is over. If we can get over 357.50, we could see a move towards 364.
Yeah, it does look. How much longer do you think this can last? I think we have FOMC Wednesday, right?
Well, we have FOMC Wednesday, and with Jerome Powell talking, I guess at 2 or what is it, 2 o'clock? He talks around 2 o'clock. His press release. So the thing is that I think the rates they're gonna keep them unchanged. I think, in my opinion, they'll pause the rates, and then maybe we'll see what happens in July. So the thing is that the market could have a nice pop, let's say, following his presser, and so there'll be lots of people pumped and excited on that Wednesday, maybe even Thursday. But don't forget, Friday we have quad witching, OPEX as well. So it's going to be a very volatile Friday. So very important to make sure that if the market does have a nice pop, lock in the money. Like, people have fantasies that it's going more and more and more the week after. And that's not always the case. So nothing wrong with locking in. And you can always get back in the week after should price action continue. So definitely lock in the money, especially this week. If the market has a pop, take advantage, lock that money.
Sounds good. I agree with that. We're gonna leave it there because my voice is having problems.
That sounds
Vegas,
good. You
guys can follow. You can follow Vegas at I Love Stocks One on Twitter. She also, from there, you can go to her Discord. She has a Discord where she does mostly options trading on mega caps, and she's the queen of that. Really good trader on options. So take a look at her.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, and we're gonna kill it today. Got lots of nice setups.
I love Ben's energy, guys. He's awesome. One thing I want to say quickly, very important to be around positive people, okay? Because it really does improve your trading and affect your trading. If you're around negative people, you're never going to get good results. So always be with positive people that love the market, passionate about it, and have a positive attitude. So
sounds great.
stick around those good people
Sounds
like
great.
Ben.
Look at that, 141,000 bid on Blink right now at 605. Gotta love this TD app. We're gonna miss it. All right, take care, guys.